Well, hello friends. Happy Saturday. It's good to see you guys again. I know I'm pushing a lot of videos and a lot of content all at once, but that's because I really want to establish like a baseline, like a starting off point. Because I know where I want my collection to go, and I know like the goals I have set for myself, but I really want to establish all of that so I can track my true progress throughout the year and just really like help myself get everything kind of in order. So, hi, I'm Michelle Davison. It's nice to see you guys again. I am not a makeup artist by any means, but I am a stay-at-home wife, mother of 4, and a makeup enthusiast. So I am here just to create a positive space for myself and for others to talk about makeup and look at makeup and just be surrounded by makeup without feeling the pressure to buy new things, because I know that I love makeup, but I need to reel it back. I need to reel it in. So today is a video I am excited to make because I really needed to know the true numbers here, but I'm embarrassed and a little surprised actually. So I posted a video earlier in the week talking about my makeup inventory, why are you guys so sideways? There you go. Talking about how many of everything I have, how much my makeup collection is worth, and how I want to get through my things. I just don't really know where to start and how to cycle through things but still get through them. And so I decided, you know what? I need to know where I'm starting from. Truly. So I went through every single makeup item I have, including eyeshadow palettes, which I have not yet filmed, to talk about all the pans I have in my entire collection. And the answer is not great. And I have a lot of work to do. So we will start with base products. So as we established earlier, I have 9 blushes in my collection currently. How many pans do we think I have? Da, 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 da. This is where, like, if I knew how to edit at all or even where to start with editing, I would play like Jeopardy, but da, 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 da. 1. I have pan in 1 blush. And you guys know, it's Nars Orgasm, because it's the one I'm working on, right? It's the only one I have pan in. The pan's pretty good. But that's it. And most of my other blushes are like brand spanking new. Yep. Okay, so continuing on with face products. We showed that I have 5 bronzers in my collection currently. How many pans do we think I have? Da 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 da. 1. This is starting to sound more like a kid's like YouTube show. 1 apple up on top. 1 bronzer has a pan. It's true. And you guys know what it is already because I'm working on it. It's my Lancome Sunswept 03, which again has a lot of pan, but it's the only one. Actually, do you guys see down here? It's definitely starting to like expand since I started showing you this bronzer. Like this used to be more like up here, but now it's like bloop. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch your products like start to work themselves out like in real time, because I noticed the progress in that bronzer since I started like posting videos a week ago. That's pretty cool. That's I need to take a moment to celebrate that win. That's pretty cool. Eyeshadow pans. I have 10 palettes in my collection. How many pans do I have? Well, let's start with how many palettes have pan in them. 2. 2 of my 10 palettes have pan. And we'll get into why this is a problem. Well, I mean, that alone shows that's a problem. So 2 of my 10 palettes have pan in them. we'll start with my most recent pan. So Anastasia Rose Metals. You guys know the backstory for this one, I'm sure. So when I was pregnant with my son, my husband Sean, he went and actually purchased the palette for me because I like to go to Ulta and Sephora and just touch makeup. And when Rose Metals came out, it was Rose Metals and like Nuevo, the one with the really pretty purple. They came out at the same time and I wanted to touch them both and I could not find them anywhere to touch. And I was devastated. It was like the most important thing in the entire universe that I touched this palette. So we went to every Ulta, every Sephora. I couldn't find it. So Sean ventured a little bit out of our bubble to a different Sephora, found it, picked it up, bought it obviously, and brought it so I could not only touch it, but touch it whenever I wanted. This is just another example of the kind of heart like my husband has. Like he does this and like, he's wonderful. But I just hit my first pan and I was pregnant with my son. He was born in 2023, so it's been a while. And it's a baby pan. Do you guys see rose quartz here? Those two little, I don't know if it's gonna pick up, but that is a pan. I just pick it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There's some good dips. I thought for sure that Sunrose was gonna be my first pan, but nope. That surprised me. That is my only pan in Rose Metals, and I think it's like my oldest palette at this moment, so I need to work on it. It's so pretty, but it comes out really neutral. Like when I put it on my eyeballs, it just looks like a neutral eye look, and clearly it's not really what we do too often over here, but yeah, so that's one pan. My Natasha Denona pastel palette. I want to say it's my like, it's my sidekick, but it's new. I got it in December of 2024. I did buy it used off Mercari. A funny story about the pastel palette. So, I talk about Megan a lot because I love Megan so much, but I watched her declutter video. She did an eyeshadow palette declutter video, and pastel actually survived that declutter. Well, then I'm just casually browsing on Mercari, and I see this very reasonably priced pastel palette, and I was like, oh. So I click on it instantly. I'm like, I have to get it. I have to get it. Guess who the seller is? Megan. None other than Megan. I was like, ah! So I was already gonna buy the palette because it was a reasonably priced pastel palette, but I recognized that palette. Like I've seen the palette in videos before. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say I was like having like a fangirl moment over the palette a little bit, but I was, because I was like, I've seen this palette, get the pans it has, oh, spoiler alert, in real time, but yeah, so it was kind of cool. So yeah, I own that palette now, so thanks Megan. I still, it truly is my most used palette this year, like by a long shot, so it's gotten great love here. But that was just kind of funny because I was like, didn't that palette survive her declutter? Like, am I just making that up in my head? So I go back and rewatch the video, and it did survive the declutter. She pulled it out after the fact, so that was just kind of funny because I was like, wait a second, hold on. But yes, so pastel is the only other palette in my collection that has pan. Illusion, Bora, and Bubble. So the white Illusion, Bora is the purple, Bubble is the blue, are my only pans in pastel. And none of them are mine. Isn't that lovely? So 3, 4, so 6 pans are currently in my collection. And 3 pans are mine. I feel like that needed a silence there. Like, okay, I just finished a highlighter. I just finished Benefit Cookie. I got every last little bit, but that's embarrassing. That's like, that's really, really bad. Because, okay, so there's nothing wrong with buying lots of makeup. There's nothing wrong with wanting a big collection. There's nothing wrong with that. And I wouldn't even have a problem with my collection the way it is if I was using it. The problem I have with myself is the fact that I like to buy makeup, I like to own makeup, I like to have makeup. I don't like to use makeup, clearly, because I only have 2 face products that have pan. I only have 1 eyeshadow palette that I panned out of 10. And a lot of this comes from, and I'll make a whole separate video because this is kind of a long story, but I used to save makeup and I still kind of like am recovering from that. I still kind of find myself like urging to do it. I can push past it at this point and use the makeup, and like yesterday I didn't get home until what, 2:30, and I still did my makeup, like a full face. Unheard of. Past me would not have done it. But this is adding to my why. I don't want all $2,000 of my makeup collection to go to waste. And like Rose Metals is very beautiful, but I feel like the formula is going to start changing soon. And Tiny Marvels, the palette I've been using the last like 2 or 3 days, the formula is definitely changing on that bad boy because I'm getting creasing where I never used to get creasing before. Like, it's not possible for me to use my makeup in its entirety with its lifespan. It's just not. And that's a problem for me because I have a hard time delaying my purchases, or at least staggering them, because do I want to use up every single last bit of every single powder I ever buy? Maybe not. Would I like to? Sure. Is that my goal? Maybe not. Is my goal to at least stagger my purchases in a more responsible way so that they start to go off at different times and I have more of an opportunity to use them before they go off? Yes. So I think that's my goal. And I found a couple different projects that might work for me later, but right now I've just really enjoyed reaching for whatever I want and really using it because I have this problem where 2 things have lots of use, but nothing else does. So I actually wanted to come on and share that because I was expecting my panning numbers to be low. I knew I didn't have lots of pans and eyeshadow or in face products. Did I think 3 pans in my whole collection were mine? No. I thought that number was closer to like 10 to 15, and I don't really know how I thought that because obviously it's my makeup collection. I see it every single day, but like, no, I really truly thought that. So it's interesting. I do think that Gabriella Francis does some really interesting things where she has like random generators choose her makeup and stuff. I think that would be fun because I find myself gravitating towards like the same colors. Like pastel I can't put down, my Colfi singles I can't really put down, but if I'm forced to like, oh man, now I have this like red and I also have this like blue that I have to find a way to use together, how would I do it? I think something like that would be really fun. But yeah, I'm struggling over here. Struggle bus is real. So it's just another thing that's really telling me like, yes, this is necessary. I do need to really, really buckle down and try to get through my collection. But yeah, very, very shocking. I don't think I mentioned this on here, but my eye look today, if I mentioned this, I'm never gonna edit my videos probably. Like I am not a techie person. It took me until yesterday to figure out how to get my like links on YouTube or on Instagram, my links from YouTube to Instagram. And it took an embarrassing amount of trial and error to get that to work, even though Megan like gave me screenshots and stuff. So I'm not techie. Editing is probably in my very, very distant future, if at all. So you might hear the same spiel again, but Christina from the Lipstick Lesbians did this look, and this inspired my whole look today. So hence the thumbnail I'm about to post. But also there's a girl, Claudia Sid, posted, and you may have heard this too already, I'm not really sure, but she did a look where she did blush before concealer. So that's what I tried to do today. I don't usually use concealer on my face, so I have nothing to compare this to, but I think it definitely is interesting. I think something I have to play around with more to get it more like, you know, nice and not as shocking. But I like the technique. I think it's fun. It definitely brightened up the under eyes a lot. I could definitely see like, I could definitely see it. I can see it. I think I went a little heavy on the blush today, but anyway, I just wanted to come on real quick and share that with you guys. Yeah, so I'm starting again just to put out content just so I have a baseline for where my collection is today, setting up future goals, and allowing me to just just have a starting off point, because there's a couple different things I want to track for myself, and I think it would be fun to do it with you guys as well, because I know there's other people in the community tracking the same thing. So thanks for spending part of your Saturday with me. It's been really fun, and I look forward to watching the creative looks that are created over the weekend and the content you guys create, and yeah, just all the love. So thanks again for spending some time with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.